Everyone, it's gonna be interesting to see what kind of numbers people pull. Do I have the cash with me? I probably don't. Yeah, I don't. So we can't use Juju Might there. Whatever. We'll just use a chill amount of consumables today. Perfectly fine. Thank you for the follow, KazXD. Really appreciate it. Oh, I'm back down to private. Wait, where am I supposed to be? I'm in group 2. 246 north, alright. Herder, waiting for ads to spawn. Gonna be just an insane amount of uninterest in this phase. Kan ikke se for meg det. Det er en god del worldbuffs ute og går her. Et par stykker som antagelig trenger en dusj. This fight is so uninteresting. It's so badly designed. Because your performance during this phase doesn't matter. Well, as long as it's past a certain point. As long as it's good enough to not like start generating ads. It's just that easy. There's nothing to do. No reason to optimize. It's just boring. Not gonna miss some of these kinds of fights. World buffs are so ridiculous. Like, we've been doing raids for a while with without world buffs, with 0 world buffs on anyone, to get into like the 0 world buffs category on Warcraft logs. And for the first time in quite a while, there's a significant number of people in the raid with full world buffs, and they're They're just shocked by how much damage they're doing. Because they're not used to how incredibly overpowered the world buffs are in Classic. Like Smolt, for instance, is running the Gamut. It might be missing War Chief's Blessing, but he has everything else, including Darkmoon Fair. I'm in full-on dad gamer mode, so I don't have a single world buffs. Not even the Darkmoon Fair. That's literally just to ride outside of the gates of Stormwind and talk to an NPC. Just doesn't... Nothing really matters. How am I number 6, 7 on DPS? Not even playing well. Clear comms. Our tank then managed to get the... This guy's just gonna get exploded. Let's pop our FAP as well. I don't have a potion for the next boss, so might as well. I'm doing good, Weebles. I'm doing good, I'm doing good. Been, honestly been having a lot of fun opining on Twitter a little bit more. How do you think it's gonna work getting your guildies to sell you materials? Jeg kan ta noen consumes fra hvis du trenger. That's nice, that's nice. I'm just gonna buy from the auction house. I was gonna look back at my blog post, or because I was doing my gold cap challenge during BFA launch, so I actually have like pretty well documented, or at least somewhat documented, what I did during launch. Obviously, I don't have like the full TSM data. I think I might have it on one of my. I don't think so. It would be interesting to know how much gold did I spend that week. I spent 1.4 million on BFA BOEs, and I spent I think I spent $1 million 1.1 million gold on materials for Dark Moon decks during the first 4 or 5-ish days of oh god, 4 or 5-ish days of BFA. Oh, I screwed up. Ooh, a Dragon Fang blade. Cool. Already have it though. So completely whatever. But yeah, I spent 1.1 million on herbs during when did BFA launch? BFA launch date. Is it the 14th? August 14th. So I posted this day 5. I had my first Dark Moon deck sale on day 2, essentially. I sold a lot of gems. I sold my first gem day 1. I sold a Kraken's Eye for about 30,000 gold on day 1. I sold some insightful Rubelines. I sold a bunch of cool stuff at the beginning. I possibly should have highlighted a little bit more, but there was a lot of stuff going on. And I bought a ton of BOEs. The BOEs didn't pay off that well. They didn't pay off that well. What did I do week 2? What did I do week 2?
Five, 4, 3.
Yeah, I sold a ton of Dark Moon decks. 10 decks, week 2. And I didn't even go that hard. Like, there's a lot of people going harder than me. I was surprisingly high up on the DPS list on Veil here. Yeah, I'm gonna... Well, it depends on how professions... how you unlock your recipes, obviously. But in BFA, first week, I hit the healthy level of 113 the first 5 days. That's how far I leveled. I spent the rest of my... I didn't spend that much time playing, did I? We can... I have that data, don't I? I have that data. Second week I played 14 hours. That was about 2 hours per day on average. Not exactly the most hardcore time spent ever. There has to be something wrong about that number. That's nice, that's nice. I don't expect to be able to take any days off. I'm gonna try to go as absolutely hard as possible and just stream as soon as I get home from work. And maybe do a little bit on midnight. We'll see. We'll see. Try to at least get some babysitting so I can go hard at the beginning. Because there's just so much stuff to do. There's so much gold to be made and methods to test, professions and characters to level. It's everything, essentially. Why are we tanking this away from everything else? I don't get to cleave here. Ugh. Can I escape artist that? No, you can't even do that. Oh, come on. Why am I... Oh, now I'm behind it. Finally! Well, the new baby's doing well. Thank you for the follow, Amaranth. She's a healthy 3-week-old baby, 3-ish week-old baby. Nothing. It's going well. She sleeps. Not the entire night, but she wakes up once or twice a night, so get a decent amount of sleep. The only thing that's killing my sleep is that I end up staying up too long doing content or auction house stuff. So I'm the author of my own downfall when it comes to sleep. Thank you so much for the subscription, Kazakhs. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the stream as well. I don't think I don't recognize you. I haven't seen you in chat, but really appreciate it, man. All right, time to actually concentrate. For once. Oh, nice. Hey, Danny. Then I do know you, obviously. Yeah, welcome, welcome. Oh god, oh god. Ooh, these have very, very, very significant stealth detection. Alright, made it. I'm gonna just distract that one, because they have pulsing fire AoE when they get pulled. I haven't been crafting at all, really. I've just been, well, I'm still only crafting in classic. I don't have it in me to go back into Expulsum. I did a lot of Expulsum, not an absolutely insane amount, but a decent amount of Expulsum throughout this expansion. I just feel mentally done with that, man. Oh, I'm just reposting the stuff I have. I don't really expect. I've started buying some battle pets, and we'll buy some battle pets and potentially shop for mounts as well today. Those are the only things that I'm willing to buy at the moment. I hate these taskmasters. I'm not scrapping anymore, man. I'm done with scrapping. Yeah, I have uncanny gear on my my main realm. Not actually my main realm. Where the realm I was planning to run as a main realm in Shadowlands. Where I have the most characters. I have a decent amount, and I get sales. Like, uncanny gear still sells well. I don't think it'll sell well once pre-patch is on, because I do think that assuming we might take a look at PTR at the Relic of the Past gear, and particularly to focus not on the vendor shuffle potential, because I don't care about that at all, but I care about comparing uncanny combatant gear to blacksmithing based Relic of the Past gear, essentially. Yeah, I got a little bit inspired when you mentioned mount flipping. I've mostly just bought them at market value so far. So I'm expecting to not make money off of those. I did flip one. I don't remember which one. I think I have the screenshot. We can check later. I flipped one from 170 to 240k, like within a day. I think it was maybe the June Scavenger. I don't remember. I think it was the June Scavenger. I bought two of them for 170 on the same realm, and I sold one for 230 pretty much instantly. So that was very nice. I'm gonna just have to hang around about in here, to be honest. There aren't any big flips that are particularly good right now in terms of short-term making your money back either. So I gotta be a little. Oh god! Oh god! Did the entire suppression room traps by myself. Big. Thank you for the follow, Taffelchip. Taffelchip. I should have pronounced that in the Scandinavian proper way. Should have done that. Should have done that. This is the height of high level raid gameplay. I'm the class leader for Rogue, so today I'm volunteering as the guy making sure that if this trap pops up, I click it back down again. So our healer group doesn't get yeeted by the slow. Do I have the quest for this? Actually I do, I think. Bracers, these... The Thundering Mounts. You're talking about the Thundering Ruby Cloud Serpent, presumably? I have that in my group. I didn't look for every BOE mount or tradable mount in the game. When I made the... Do I have only one May Rise? No, I don't. Yeah, I actually haven't touched that one yet, but I think I probably should. I also haven't dared touch like the Poseidus and some of the other old expansion mounts. Yeah, my main-ish realm got connected to 3 others. I haven't really noticed a big change, but that's because um, I'm not doing anything particularly active. I just repost all the stuff I have and try to get rid of it. And I'm planning to do battle pets more regularly, and then once we get into Shadowlands or get close to the pre-patch in Shadowlands, I'll definitely go back more into focused single realm profession gold making, which has usually been my bread and butter, together with flipping across realm. Ooh la la. Band of Dark Dominion. That's some good. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Spellbinder. I'm taking the blue guy. Mm-hmm. Easy kill. A lot of FR gear. Do I have some FR gear with me today? I guess I do. I'm getting insanely lucky with my Buffett RNG so far. Ooh. That was a monk ass. And then we can get in. Let's pop cooldowns. And pop Someone got gibbed. Someone pulled aggro and got destroyed. Poor guy. Poor guy. I lost a couple of backstab casts to that. But that's fine. I mean, it's not like we're not gonna get the boss down. I'm just gonna stay in. I think I should survive. Yep. God, this is the only item I still want from Blackwing Lair. The only one. I'm gonna do 25. Let's hope. Let's hope no one. 100 set. Wait, it was just 100. I should have done full. I should have done max. Ah. If I lose this now. No, no, no. Yeah. Fuck yeah. This is so cool. This is so cool. I just don't see the... yeah. I'm uncertain about Relics of the Past. I haven't looked at all of the options. You have to compare the price to every other way to get the same level of Relic of the Past. To figure out what the cheapest one is. Isn't like the Runecloth one very cheap? Or how much deep sea is that? I don't have the table in my head. Finally, I got the claw. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm gonna go claw next raid. I'm gonna go claw for sure. I haven't done the math. I'm more interested in figuring out which recipes you want to craft with Relics of the Past, and not for the vendor shuffles, because I'm not gonna spend that much time for like 20,000, 25,000 gold per hour. It's good to just do at the end of a session, but I'm gonna look for which items you can sell. Like, I know that in an earlier version, sockets were insanely strong, so you just wanted like to craft gear with as many sockets as humanly possible. So that could be a thing that you want to get like some old Cataclysm and other expansion recipes, like raid crafted recipes with a lot of sockets. That could be extremely good. That's an option. Have to see how it compares to Uncanny Gear, essentially. Like, is it the same item level? Because I think the most important thing to figure out, like, is Uncanny Gear going to be relevant all the way until Shadowlands launches, or is it going to die with the pre-patch? I'm so happy with the claw. Hot damn. Hot damn. It's like the coolest weapon in Classic. One of the coolest ones. And it's really good for like still don't I didn't have beta the last time I checked. I'm gonna have to if I known where I should I spent a little bit of time looking to see if there was someone some obvious channel to contact Blizzard to ask for beta. Since I have a lot of content creators are doing beta key giveaways that they're getting from Blizzard. Obviously, I'm not a big time Twitch streamer, but my website gets a lot of traffic.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So yeah, but I've never done a lot of beta testing. Yeah. Oh god. That was a mock-ass. Oh god, wasted my kick. Alright, he's dead. He's dead. Yeah, Billix did. I remember Billix did a lot of testing during beta for BFA, including like figuring out the fact that you wanted to only scrap bracers for days on end. And the aptly named the bracers for Azeroth. I think I have a couple of older crafts on my Death Knight. We'll check later. I'm not sure though. We'll see. We'll see. Spellbinder, this is mine. Alright. I was in the nick of time, holy shit. In Shadowlands? In Shadowlands it's gonna be the same. They announced that you can sockets are random additions, but you can get sockets, you can grind for them. But they're not on every piece of, or every slot. They're only on some of the slots. Helm, belt, bracers, and rings. Was that it? They can get one socket each, so you're not looking at like kata mop levels of sockets. Those were the days, man. Holy shit. I remember I didn't do that much in Kata. Kata had the absolutely ridiculous vendor shuffle with prospecting that was just completely off the chain. But in MOP I made so much gold. Ooh, I made so much gold off of jewel crafting in MOP. MOP was great. Holy shit. Overall, like, MOP was just fantastic. The jewel crafting enchanting shuffles, they had that in Wrath of the Lich King as well, and in other where you could use like uncommon gems to craft rings to disenchant. You had a ton of sockets. You had dedicated PvP gear. I remember all of the crafted gladiator gear in MOP sold so well. Holy shit, that sold well. It was maybe not the crafted yeah, it was the crafted gladiator. Then you had like the lightning steel ingot. You had the panthers. Like mop was a fantastic expansion for professions. That was just, oof. There were so many cool things to craft. So many. Every profession was super profitable, as far as I remember. Enchants were a little annoying. Enchanting was a little bit annoying. Because you did have to get a lot of... there was a lot of reputation locked recipes for enchanting. That was perhaps like the only... but on the other hand, that was also pretty nice because that's a high barrier to entry. Back in WOD or back in MOP, I was like super happy because I had like 36,000 gold in sales on a single reset day. So MOP was where I started getting rich, essentially. Well, that was our main tank losing all of his world buffs. Yeah. I miss the old jewel crafting. I miss meta gems. I miss everything about that. It was it was extremely good compared to a lot of professions though. Like it was maybe a little too far ahead at some point in terms of raw gold making potential. But man, there was just so much cool stuff in MOP. So many things to do. Belt buckles as well. Add sockets to your gear. I use the Q a lot. Particularly gathering when I'm doing alchemy on classic. But in retail, I don't use it as much. What do you mean crafting manually? Yeah, I learned from Fat Loots and Want to Buy Gold. No, not Want to Buy Gold. Power Word Gold. Who taught? He had a blog. He was my inspiration for starting the LazyGoldmaker.com back in the. I think we're approaching 4 years now of the LazyGoldmaker.com, which is honestly insane to me. But I learned one super fun market from that which was the flipping green gear. But what do you mean? So you use this to get your Q and then you go here and click craft and type in? Like what's the difference? It's the same buttons and fields. What's there? I don't understand what you'd gain from that, but I'm sure that there are. I'm happily aware that people are very different in their preferences. But yeah, the market in MOP that was really fun was flipping level 77 to 79 greens that dropped in the MOP zones or in the Kara zones. And Yeah. And the 83 to 84 Mists of Pandaria gear. Because at the low end of the new zones, Cataclysm zones, you could get BOE drops, green BOEs, that were just a huge item level upgrade over anything you had before that. So people were often willing to buy that because it was a huge item level boost around level 77 when you're closing in on the end of Lich King leveling. You could just spend a lot of. You could just buy a kit of Cata greens and you'd get a huge power increase. So I flipped those random Cata greens and that was a lot of fun. I was literally the biggest guy on the realm doing that market. Far and away, the top. Those were the days. So what about you guys? Anyone else who's done gold making in past expansions and have any favorites to share? Of course, I also remember what has been affectionately known as Glyphmas. The glyph market in Wrath of the Lich King. That was quite the time. That was crazy back in the day when you had major glyphs that increased your character power rather than just being cosmetics. And in the first iteration, you had to they were consumed, and if you added another major glyph, you had to get it again. You had to get it again. So if like you used your you added your major glyph, and then if you wanted to swap to another major glyph, you had to go buy it on the auction house and apply it to your glyph interface, and so forth and so forth.
5, 4,
So every time someone would
3,
respec, every
2,
time someone would swap
1.
from PvE to arena, they'd have to go buy like a not a hyper expensive glyph, but they had to go buy a glyph. And that was just that was just gold. There's a lot of people dying here. That was very close. But yeah, glyphs. Poison. Can I redo this? Wait, am I actually top DPS now? What the hell? Not top, but I'm close. Disgustingly close. We're gonna get crushed by the warriors now though, obviously. It's Especially when he keeps getting heals and in the last phase. A friend of mine made a lot of gold with glyphs during Wrath of the Lich King. And he ended up getting a spectral, normal spectral tiger. But he bought the spectral tiger for 300k that he is now riding around on. 300k for a spectral tiger. Those are selling for like what? Double gold cap now? At least? But yeah, there are gonna be new crazy ways, like uncanny gear or honorable combatant gear on Dark Moon decks at the beginning of BFA were absolutely through the roof as well. So don't worry, guys. There's gonna be this isn't the last time that we had an incredible market. It's not gonna be the last time. It's not gonna be the last time. There's always something that makes it into the game that's just like incredibly strong for some portion of the game.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, that was so lucky. Getting my proc just as I... The only mount run I've bought was the one what? Double melee. Boom. 5k damage. I didn't even realize I was cranking that much. That's interesting. That's interesting. Weebles. Or WBLS. That has to be pretty good. That's a pretty interesting way to do it. So classic, man. Sapper charges still absolutely through the roof. 50 gold each. They are so good.
Five, 4, 3,
I'm not even gonna
2,
bother.
1.
Mysterious Fortune card. Which expansion are those from? I've made a decent amount of Card of Omens and flipped those. I did it a little bit from the last time I did the 30 days to a token challenge, I think. It's not overly interesting though. Unless you're like in a very hurry to get to a token or something else, like that, then there's just not much point in what was I going for? There's not that much point in doing vendor shuffles unless you're in a hurry to get gold for something in a specific like short time frame, like making the Brutosaur in time or getting getting a token in time or something like that. They're almost never competitive gold per hour if you compare them to auction house based methods. Well, Kazakhs, I honestly don't enjoy the combat that much. Like now that I'm like a year into Classic, it's mostly it was fun for the nostalgia, and it was fun because a lot of my real life friends came back into the game. We had a lot of fun while leveling and talking about Classic and stuff like that, and then we found a good Norwegian guild and had a lot of fun with that. But it's not that it's fun, but it's nearing the end of its lifespan. Like it's not that, and I'm not gonna do it again. Like some people are want seasonal servers or whatever, and I'm not gonna do classic TBC because ultimately I realized that playing a completely solved game just isn't that interesting. It's not that interesting. I want to get into Shadowlands and try new stuff and figure out stuff as we go. And get into, if there's one thing that modern WoW has really knocked out of the park compared to old expansion, it's encounter design. Like bosses are so much more fun in retail, insanely much more fun, both in dungeons and raids. Just way more interesting than anything Classic can offer. Like the best boss in Classic is like barely interesting. There are a couple of